Hi everybody, my name is Eero Saunamäki and I'm a professional saxophone and recorder player from Helsinki, Finland. During the recent years I've been exploring the world of new electronic wind instruments and I've been also making reviews about those instruments here on YouTube. A while ago I got contacted by the firm Greaten and they wanted to send me their new electronic wind instrument AP500 Pro. I got this instrument for free, but the opinions of this instrument are my own and I'm not getting paid from Greaten. So now I'm going to do an unboxing and test the instrument hands-on and tell my opinions about this instrument as a professional wind instrument player and a person who is quite enthusiastic about these new electronic instruments. Okay, let's see what we have. 2 cables, then this is something, we'll find out. A little screwdriver, neck strap, and this was the carrying case or carrying pouch. User manual with a quick start guide, I believe, yes. And then we have the instrument itself. This is really the first time I'm using this instrument, so I'll just follow the quick start guide. Now I'll just power up the instrument from here. Yes, and there's a nice little screen, nice and bright. Place your left thumb in the middle of the 2 octave rollers with patterns and keep it steady. I believe it's this. Rest your right thumb under the thumb hook, of course. Use the rest of your fingers on both hands to press the note keys located at the front of the instrument. Refer to the fingering charts provided in the manual. I will take a look of them in a minute and play it to the mouthpiece. Nothing happens yet, but I maybe insert maybe something. Stupid of me, it was the mouthpiece cover that was still on. Let's see. Yes, now we're talking. Oh, there are many octaves here with these rollers. This is soprano saxophone sound, this one. You could also watch a quick tutorial video to get started, but I won't do it. I will just follow my instincts here. It feels quite solid. It's not lightweight. I believe it's about 700 grams. And maybe the next strap is needed. We'll see. Yeah, it's definitely nicer and more comfortable to play with the neck strap. I would use it if I would do a kind of a longer practice session with this instrument. Okay, let's take a closer look at the instrument. So in here we have the mouthpiece. And here in the front we have 13 different note keys and many of those are adjustable with the little screwdriver that was provided. And also there are these 2 shortcut keys to apply the parameter settings saved in the player's banks. And now let's continue and look at the back of the instrument. In here we have quite a nice display and beneath it we have the function buttons and a search dial. Then in here, this is the octave roller, which is operated with the left-hand thumb. And just beside that, we have a glide bar. And in here, we have the neck strap clip, thumb hook, and pitch bend. And in here, we have the headphone output, USB-C port, power switch, built-in speaker, and a line-in port. The size of the AP500 Pro is comparable to a normal soprano saxophone, which I have in here. The soprano sax is really much heavier than this instrument, which feels quite light now to my hands. The feel is about the same as holding a soprano saxophone, I would think. And from a recorder player's perspective, this feels maybe somewhere in between holding an alto recorder and a tenor recorder. So playing and experimenting with this instrument is quite straightforward. So here we have the sound, and then with these octave rollers, you put your thumb to the middle one, and then we can control the octaves, like 3 octaves up and 3 octaves down, and it's quite overwhelming with with this. And I'm just kind of rolling my thumb with these octave rollers right here. I think these keys respond really quickly to the finger movement, so there's really no lag. This instrument has 120 sounds, which is quite a lot, and I will play with those in a bit. And you can also select 2 voices at the same time. So you can make these like crazy combinations of piano and baritone saxophone, for example. I will now do a short demo of the sounds just with this kind of internal speaker, which is turned at 100% in volume. Of course, you could get a better sound if I would connect this to a PA system or straight to headphones or a computer. But now we're just going to do it with the speaker. And this is soprano saxophone 1. So here's baritone saxophone. If you articulate lightly, then the articulation sounds light. If you articulate harshly, then the articulation sounds really harsh. And also this reacts to the blowing quite nicely. So if you blow nice and soft, but if you blow hard, of course, you get more volume, but you also get this kind of harshness to the sound. And this is a really nice thing. Let's take one more windy instrument. This is the flute. Accordion 2. Jazz trumpet 1. This is trombone 1. Yeah, I think the speaker distorts a little bit if it's on 100%, so I will turn it down a bit. It says here in the manual that when you have chosen your sound here from the list with this dial, it takes 2 seconds for the instrument to return to the original screen, but it takes way longer at least with this unit. So maybe it's just a kind of a firmware upgrade that it's needed. Now it's changed back. So, okay, I just had to wait for a while. Now I will turn the volume down for like 70%. So the speaker will not disturb. Pan flute 1. Let's move on to stringed instruments. This is violin number 1. So the difference in volume is huge when you blow softly or when you blow hard. And I think this is a really, really good thing. Bagpipe. Xia 1. Shakuhachi 2. Bass suona number 1. Here are more traditional Asian instruments. This is the sheng. Babu 1. And for a Western guy like me, these Asian sounds are really, really nice. This is Eero 1. It takes a while to get used to these octave rollers. I really like the fact that you can go 3 octaves up, 3 down, and then with the glide bar and with the pitch bend you can do all kinds of stuff. But it's a bit complicated in the beginning, but you know, in time everything will evolve, hopefully. More Asian sounds. This is the Sanxian. Kukwin. Pipatu. Okay, then there are synthesizer sounds. This is synth wind 1. Very 80s kind of sound. Synth trumpet. A synth brass. Lead 1. Electric solo 1. This is piano. Almost there. Electric guitar. Electric drums. Reminds me of Baywatch from the 90s. Oh, this is drum kit. And you don't need to blow. With this sound you really notice that the lag is very minimal, I think. There's some lag. But I can still produce this kind of very basic rhythm. But maybe the lag isn't that noticeable when you play the wind instruments. But it still exists. This is the last sound. This is the ethnic set. Let's dive into the settings. So here we have the 6 function buttons, and if I press the set button right here, then I can change the transposition, for example. So now it's set to C. If I change it to C sharp, I get to sound like this with the same fingering. Transposition to D, and so on. So you can transpose to any of the 12 keys. Then you can change the fingering types. Now it's set to saxophone, but the other ones are flute, oboe, trumpet 1, trumpet 2, DC, electric flute, hulusi, and electronic wind instruments. So there's a huge possibility for different kinds of fingerings for different kinds of players. Next one is breath sensitivity, and now it's set to 85. And if I change this to, let's say, 15. Yeah, now I have to blow really hard to get sound out of this thing. Now it feels like almost playing a saxophone, like a soprano or even baritone saxophone like this. But then it also gives the control to the player and takes the control away from the instrument, which for professionals it's really nice. But if you are an amateur, I would suggest that the breath setting is set to quite high. Now it's 91. And playing is really, really easy. Then we have 3 different breath curve modes, the soft, medium, and intense. And with the soft one, you can't really control the sound that much, but if we change it to intense, then we get more control again. We also have 3 different vibrato modes, the free vibrato, bite vibrato, and an auto vibrato. And here on the second page of the settings, you can actually control the speed of the touch settings. So now there's no lag, and if I set it to like, now it was set to 50, and now I have set it to 5. And now there's a noticeable lag. And then you can also control some of the parameters of the vibrato, and then change the parameters of this glide bar, and also if we have on these key LEDs or not. Then we have effects. If we press this effects button, the reverb is now set to 20. But if I set it to 127, then it sounds like this. So really this kind of a cathedral-like reverb. Then we also have another effects like chorus, fine tuning, filter, equalizer, and in here we have a function key, and you can set up different kinds of parameters for this very special key. Then of course there are different kind of user banks in which you can save your own settings, and then there's even a metronome. If I click this beat button, which is right here, let's see if this were okay. Here it is. This is 3/4, speed set to 100, 132. You can also use voice commands to control this instrument, and then you can set up a Bluetooth connection to your favorite tablet or computer or even your smartphone, and then they have provided this cable, and you can even record your own playing with the help of this cable and your smartphone. Now a couple of thoughts about the Greaten AP500 Pro electronic wind instrument. If I compare this to the other electronic wind instruments that I have tried, this is definitely the most professional one. It looks very professional. It has loads of settings, and I really like the screen and the kind of intuitive way you can customize the sounds and control all the parameters of this instrument. The octave rollers and the glide bar and the pitch bend work really well, and with the very large kind of sound bank of 120 sounds, plus the fact that you can also combine those sounds with the 120 other sounds is kind of amazing. And the sounds are of a decent quality as well. The ergonomics are okay. I have not used the neck strap now while I've been playing this, and it has not hurt my thumb at all. If I would play a complete set of music with this, I would probably use the neck strap. But that's included in the package, so no problem. I also like the fact that you can customize the settings and save them to the user banks. Then a couple of cons. This internal speaker isn't that great. If I put the volume to 100%, then I hear distortion. And then the octave rollers, the glide bar, the pitch bend and the keys are really sensitive. So from kind of my professional point of view, that's not a huge issue. But for amateurs, it might be a bit of a problem to get used to being like really, really sensitive when pressing these keys and not to press the wrong keys at the wrong time. Of course, you can use the screwdriver to kind of adjust these smaller keys to your liking and to your hand size and position. But still, I think the learning curve might be a bit bigger with this instrument than with more simple instruments. But then again, if you have more possibilities and you just kind of take the time to learn this, then there's a reward waiting for you. I think this is a great instrument, and I probably will use this in my concerts. And I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. And if you had, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please do that as well. And here is Plan Flute number 1 with this Greaten AP500 Pro. See you in the next video.